and religion of love, grows and returns as a mature man to love and to be of service to humanity. The Sufi transcends from the mundane, ordinary, everyday world, and then he is in contact with the divine reality, but then he returns to this earth. And when he returns, he has become a mature man to love and to be of service to humanity. In this process, Rumi relates this symbolism of Sama to Hajj, to a holy pilgrimage. वो कहते हैं कि ये it is almost like Hajj. What is why he has said that?
Every time you do Sama, it's like being at Hajj.
Yes.
It's a meeting with Allah, basically, the divine authority. When you go perform pilgrimage, you are...
Yes, but there is another point as well.
Yes, like the parents is just whirling is same as the people whirl around Kaaba. This is the physical.
Right. That's
physical,
right.
and then there is eternal.
That's right. In Hajj, we whirl around Kaaba, the holy Kaaba. So here too, if you remember, we can play it again sometime. And there is a circle, and there is an inner circle, and they themselves are Kaaba, and also the followers or the Muslims or Mormons or whatever you call them. They are the followers of divine reality, the worshippers of divine reality. Both are intended to bring all who are involved closer to God. This is what Rumi himself says, that Sama brings us closer to God, and Hajj also brings us closer to God. In my personal humble opinion, there is also another point which is represented by this formation of the whirling dervishes and the ritual of Sama. And it is that this shows that the real Hajj, the genuine Hajj, means transformation of soul. If we just go there to bribe Allah, that is another matter. But in reality, the purpose and the motive should be to purify our heart. And Sama represents that ritual in the form of symbolism. And that shows that how Sama can revolutionize your self or soul. And it is represented by this formation of the whirling dervishes. Sama emphasizes singing but also includes the playing of instruments, but all instruments are not used, only flute and bells. Poetry is also used, singing is used. Any poetry can be employed, but listener's heart must be pure. ये बात है कि you can listen to any music, and music naturally helps you to transcend and to go beyond your earthly existence to the divine reality. But your heart should be pure. This is the condition which must be fulfilled. लेकिन basically in Sufi tradition, Qawwali जो है, we must have a pure heart when we listen to Qawwali. Now there should be no other motive in our heart when we are performing Sama or watching Sama, but only love of God, according to Rumi. Verses of the Quran are never used in Sama. Now purpose is purpose of Sama is meditation on God by focusing on melodies and dancing. The Sama brings out the emotion of love for God and purifies the heart. It is a way to find God, His presence in the heart, and not just to create emotions. During Sama, according to Rumi, doubt disappears and you can communicate directly with God during Sama. The immediate goal is to reach Vajd. And what is Vajd? A trance-like state of ecstasy. Physically, it sometimes includes unexpected movements, agitation, and different types of dancing. It may lead to spiritual drunkenness, sometimes Vajd lead to fainting and even to death.
This word movement?
Sama.
Sama, I said?
The whole thing is Sama, the music, the poetry, the dance, the formation. Yes. In this painting it is portrayed very well. I don't know whether it is visible to you. It is visible? No. Now you must notice that here the painter, the artist has depicted a Mathile Sama. And what is happening to the whirling dervishes, all the dervishes, that they are in a state of intense joy, even ecstasy and drunkenness. But what is happening here?
Fainted.
He has fainted,
Fainted.
or maybe he has passed away.
Yeah.
Even death is possible. Because all this is, and he has fainted, I think he has passed away. So extreme and intense and violent emotions are created and produced by Sama. It is more closer to your present modern life. You must have witnessed strange behavior of the people who listen to rock singers. What is happening? Have you seen? Yeah. So almost similar, but with a different metaphysics. Here, spiritualism is the goal. There, only enjoyment and drunkenness maybe is the goal. The violent emotions, the wild emotions, the wild nature of man, which is usually remains suppressed in our everyday civilized life, that comes out when the rock stars perform. Now here too the possibility is of death, of even insanity. It would have been, but it is not, because the people of this civilization are connected with God. They have a different metaphysics. In the West, God is death, as Nietzsche has said. And when they are disconnected, alienated, rootless, then anything can happen to them when their emotions are agitated and violent. But if you are connected with the divine being, as in the case of the spiritualism of Rumi, then there is very little danger of something happening of that type. But that is one of the possibilities, maybe. But I think that is also very rare. That is very rare. But strange behavior can happen. One of my father's sister, my aunt, paternal aunt, when she used to listen to Qawwali, she used to become oblivious to her surroundings and she used to beat herself. And even if somebody tries to stop it, she couldn't stop it. And her face used to become blue because of that beating, which is real. It is not something which is... So strange behavior can happen in this sort of atmosphere and surroundings and environment. But if you believe in spiritualism, if you believe that you are connected with the divine being, the ultimate reality, the source of all existence, then there should be little risk of something which is very dangerous or something which is mortal. Because my aunt used to return to normal state after the Qawwali is over. In half an hour, she goes her normal self. So,
is there a precondition for anybody who wants to perform Sama, or can anybody try to find that connection?
Connection depends on belief, on your belief system. As I have said that in the West, that belief system has gone. That I mean, since 2-3 centuries ago, they used to believe in God or religion or spirituality.
And as you said, the purification of soul and heart is very important.
Yes.
So if we think that during this process we can get some connection, for that we need that purification of soul and purification of heart.
That is true.
But this is a complete science itself, and one learns this, the swirling and all. It just does not
there
come.
are special. There used to be special places in
Yeah.
Turkey, all over Turkey. Now, however, since they had been westernized since the times of Kemal Atatürk, now it's only on the state level that there are certain samakhanas, very rare. But since we see the revival of spiritualism in Turkey, I think there may be now 1 or 2 places where people used to go and to be initiated into the discipline of being a dervish, and only dervishes were allowed to perform this dance of whirling dervishes, only dervishes. And there is certain etiquette also, connected also not only with the performers but also the listeners and the watchers. And we are going to discuss
Darwish
those.
means the murid?
Darwish, the one who has renounced the world and has joined some mystic order, Sufi order. In this case, Maulviya order, founded by Mawlana Rumi. Now, etiquettes. People remain silent. So if you are talking to each other, you will not get involved in the music, in the words, in the poetry, in what is happening on the screen. So in order to get involved in anything, we have to be silent, we have to be, we should be very, very disciplined, which in our country, however, we are lacking in discipline in many ways. Maybe it is difficult for us to imagine that, but silent, still and controlled, unless vajd occurs. If you enter into the state of vajd, then these etiquettes are not compulsory. Then in a way you get a sort of license to move, to dance, to sing, and to, as they have depicted it, that there are strange dancing also. They are not whirling now. You must have noticed it. They are not in formation now. They are not in a very disciplined form now. Once the vajd occurs, but until the vajd occurs, you have to be very attentive, very silent, very still, very controlled. Now there is also a controversy around Sama. Sama is a controversial ritual or performance. And the reason is that there are several sects of Islam which think that this is against Sharia to listen to music and to dance. Now with this we come to the end of our topic of